More and more companies are offering a wide variety of cars on subscription from monthly to annual basis. The cost of subscription ranges between rupees 11,000 to 50,000 a month depending on the size and making of the car. But how are consumers reacting to the subscription model? Are they willing to own a car on subscription basis knowing that they will have to part away from it in a matter of a month, or are they welcoming the move as they too are trying their hands on new models every month? To discuss how this trend looks like in the Motown, we have on board Kranti Sambhav, editor and lead auto Times Drive. Kranti, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Kavita.
I can have a new car every month as per this car subscription model. This sounds very exciting. How practical it is, what has been the response, because we've been reading a lot of articles and news on different car makers launching this kind of service. There are specific car brands which are coming up with this service. Is it really catching up in India? Are people excited to try this?
Yeah, it is catching up. If you look at the trend post-pandemic, what we have seen is that, or maybe before that as well, the millennials are not, too much into liabilities. So they want something which, where they, treasure their, personal space and time, and they don't want to spend on EMIs or, getting caught up with loans and everything. And they also want to change jobs, hop cities. So this is the car subscription model has caught up, at least it has caught our attention. The numbers are not that high right now, but what we have seen is that the first thing which you mentioned is pretty much practical and doable. If you want to change your car, you can change it every month. But there is a small catch, and that is most of the manufacturers are not on the subscription model. Only 5 to 6 big manufacturers are on subscription models, which is available via third-party companies, but at the same time, some of them have limited portfolio. So some of them have a limited number or models of cars which are available for subscription. So, in principle, we can change the cars every month, but depending upon the model you want to own or you want to keep.
Cars are we talking about? Like, can I have a high-end car every month from a basic car model to a very high-end car model? Is that the range that's actually offered for this new model that we're talking about?
Right now, what we have seen, Kavita, are all the big players. They have offered their vehicles on a subscription model, whether it's Maruti Suzuki, or Hyundai, or Tata, Mahindra, even MG for that matter. So, thing is that if you want to swap, so the swapping thing is it's interesting. If you want to swap within that portfolio, so if you, for example, if you have bought this subscription with Maruti Suzuki, you can move from a Swift to a Desire to a Brezza. So that's how you can do. They have certain lock-in period, but they're still pretty flexible. You just have to pay the extra or the differential cost of that EMI or the per month subscription fees. That's what you have to pay. So, for example, you're paying 10,000 for a hatchback. And the SUV or the compact SUV is available for 15,000. So, end of the month, generally this is what you have seen. End of the month, companies they allow you to switch or swap with a high-end car where you just start paying 15,000 for the compact SUV. So that is available. But the subscription model doesn't mean that you're hopping from one brand to another or one category to another, because they're not all the companies are on subscription model.
Right. So tell me something. The cost that's incurred over here includes what all services?
So that is the basic thing about subscription, because Kavita, as you must have gone through the articles or the stories which we keep reading about, and also lots of content are there on the social media and digital media where it could confuse people. So let's simplify 2-3 things. Two different models where you can own a car without owning it. One is obviously leasing, which we have been seeing from long, where the companies give you cars based on leasing for 3 to 4 years, and then you have to maintain it as your own car. So you have to pay for the service cost, service charge, and etc. In subscription, it is just like any other subscription where you pay a monthly fees and then nothing other than that. I mean, obviously, you have to pay for the petrol, you have to pay for the tolls, you have to pay for the regular. In case you want some accessories in your car, but otherwise, maintenance, insurance, per annum, whatever expenses you have on the car generally, and obviously the monthly charge. That includes everything. So that is the difference between leasing and subscription. And in case you subscribe to a car, whatever is available, you don't have to pay for insurance, maintenance, etc. for the time frame you have chosen. It could be 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, and 48 months. What I've seen on different platforms, that's a maximum you can subscribe it for 48 months, and that is 4 years. And leasing is more close to buying, and the subscription is totally different than the buying process.
So if you talk about subscription, do you think it's very it's more cost effective as compared to paying off an EMI? And would you recommend viewers to go for this kind of a model? Would you personally also ever would want to try?
I would definitely want to try it, no doubt about it. But right now, the kind of models I have, I'm not sure if I want to buy those. But this is a very interesting, question, or I think the confusion which most of us, even if I go to, market, thinking of buying a car, I would definitely be confused, and that's why I tried, comparing this buying versus subscription model, not in a very empirical or scientific manner, but I've done some approximations, and I'll give you one example of Volkswagen Tiguan, which when I looked at the subscription model, the top line 1 liter auto version of Volkswagen Tiguan, on road it was around 19 lakhs something, and then for the EMI option for subscription model, it was almost around 47,000 or 46,000, almost around 46,000. And then if you're buying, you have to pay the down payment for maybe I kept the down payment 1 lakh, and then you're paying around 47,000 per month. But you have to understand that while subscription, you don't have to pay for the maintenance or the insurance. When you're buying it, you have to pay for the maintenance, insurance, everything. And after 4 years of, because I kept the tenure as 4 years only, so the difference was around 80,000 in favor of the subscription model. So it came at around 21.98 to something, and 22.8 approximate, the amount of money you pay for overall if you want to buy the Tiger. Then you have to add the down payment as well. So the difference is around 1.8 lakh. But at the end of the day, which is one of the biggest factors why people don't, right now they don't want to get into subscription model, is the resale value. If you buy a car, there is one cost, which is obviously the on-road price, and then a second factor is the maintenance, and third is the resale value. This is something which you don't get in the subscription model, because at the end of the tenure, end of the contract, you can't own it. You don't own it. You have to either buy it from the company, or you just have to let go. So that difference you have to calculate. If that difference, the difference between the resale value of the car and the amount of money you've saved during subscription model, if that is more in favor of buying, I would suggest anybody to go for owning the car, because obviously you don't end up owning for like 4 years or something. You would want to keep it for more. But if you have a traveling job, you don't want liabilities. You don't want those hassles, like every year you have to look at the insurance. You have to look at the maintenance, whatever monthly, quarterly, annual maintenance. You don't want to do that. Then the subscription model is very easy, no hassle, no nonsense kind of model. But you have to calculate how much money are you spending after 4 years.
Exactly. And also if you want to have a liability of a depreciating asset. So all in all, we can say your dream car is just a subscription or one click away. Thank you so much, Kranti, for making time and explaining this model to our viewers.
Thank you so much.